Structural engineers do many things, like going over blueprints, running simulations for buildings so then if an earthquake or something happens, they know if it's going to fall or not, and they know if they need to put in things like dampers, and they basically just make sure that each and every material is accounted for and the right size for that type of building. Katie Baldwin had always been good in math and science and had actually originally wanted to go into architectural engineering, but in the end she didn't like it as much, so she went into structural engineering instead. To be a structural engineer, you first need to have at least 4 years of college, a degree in either the science of structural engineering or the science of civil engineering, and be an EIT, otherwise known as an apprentice, for the first few years you work as a structural engineer. When you are an EIT, you get between $50,000 to $55,000 a year. And EITs take a test to become professional structural engineers after being EITs for a couple years. Structural engineers also inspect buildings, both during and after construction, and oversee the use of the concrete and steel and timber of which they are made. Two of the most used materials are wood and steel. Wood is light and strong, and steel is heavy but strong. And steel is more used in factories and corporations rather than in homes like wood is. When structural engineers are done with a certain project, they put them in binders and place them on shelves in their library to be looked at later when they have a project similar to that one from a contractor. There are 7 different types of loads: dead loads, live loads, snow loads, wind loads, seismic loads, ponding loads, and on occasion, impact loads. There are different types of loads for wood that go according to the source and the duration of the load. The most used measurement in structural engineering is the kip, and it is equal to 1,000 pounds of force. This is the basic design for any project done in structural engineering. Every structural engineer has to own different books, those on the different types of steel, on wood, and on anything else that is used in the building process. Structural engineers have about a 40-hour work week and have about 16 days of vacation and sick time combined a year. Although structural engineers test things on the computer, they don't actually test the materials, and that's what actually civil engineers do. Structural engineers must be aware of both obvious and unobvious uses for the structures and how these uses affects its design. To be a structural engineer, you have to be analytical, detail-oriented, and creative, as well as have good communication skills if you want to go into the profession. I'm still not sure if I would be good at the public speaking part, and I know for certain that I don't have any communication skills, so I don't really think that this job would be for me.